In this video, you're gonna learn how to slow dance with a girl. First, we're gonna learn how to hold her. So the first thing I'm gonna do is my left hand, I'm gonna take her right hand, and I'll place my fingers and her fingers together. So I'm not gonna interlock through like this, right? So I just take the hand just like that. My right hand now is gonna go on her back. It could go on her upper back for a little more control. It could even go on her lower back. That's totally fine too, right? We're trying to make this as casual and comfortable as possible. So I'm on the lower back. It'd be best if she put her hand on the front of your shoulder.
If she puts it here, totally fine.
Totally fine, but we're controlling you right now, right?
She's already gonna be impressed, trust me.
The fact that you take her like this instead of going for maybe just a hug, because not that this isn't nice.
This is fine.
I like being this close, but there's nothing we can do with this, right? We can't go anywhere. I can't lead her for a turn or do something, or so we're trying to give you options here.
Make you look like you're a dancer.
Yeah.
You can get close to her. You can still have that intimacy.
I can even place her hand on my chest if you're really going for it. And we're here in this much more intimate, casual dance position instead of feeling like all you can do is you're just hugging on the dance floor. All right, so a bonus tip on how to hold your partner, right? We walk out to the floor and we kind of get here and we face each other. So I'm gonna take my left hand and her right hand. And I'm gonna go and pick this hand up first. And this kind of already initiates what I'm doing here. I've already established I'm holding hands instead of going around the waist.
She's most likely gonna start going up anyways.
Exactly, and as soon as she goes over with this hand, now your right hand's free to go ahead and place it on her back. And now you're all set and you can get into your first sway. If she goes right ahead, she's confident, and she puts both hands over the top already, what you can do is you can grab this hand with here and you can just drag it down towards your chest. And she's not gonna think anything weird of it, and you can be totally right here.
We all want a guy who can dance. It's sexy, right? So a guy who can take the lead and he knows what he's doing, that's amazing. So she's gonna be already impressed just from you doing that one simple thing.
Step number 2 is we have to have confidence. And in order to have confidence in something, you need to be prepared and have a plan ahead of time. So I'm gonna give you a very simple dance basic you could use that you could lead anybody through who has never danced before. And don't worry, you don't have to be a dancer in order to do this. We're gonna show you what it looks like together. So I'm gonna go forward as she goes backwards, and then we have a little casual sway sway. And then I go back as she comes forward and we have another little casual sway sway, right? So this is called the cradle in a dance called Foxy, but we're taking it as I could totally lead somebody through this who has never danced before in their life. There's nothing crazy to do. Okay, so specifically the steps that I'm taking as a leader, right? My left foot starts first, and I move towards her with my left foot. It's a small, casual walking step forward in my left foot. I sway to the right, I sway to the left, and now my right foot's free to go backwards, and I sway left and sway right, and now I'm free to go back to the beginning. So the number of steps I took was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is one step to having more confidence in your dance.
You can also see that he's rotating it to the left now, just in one direction. This makes it already feel like you're doing something really exciting versus just kind of staying in the same place. You can kind of see the whole room if you want to. It really does elevate it.
Yes.
So that's another level.
We've gone from this to now looking a little bit more mature and kind of rotating around, and now it's a little fancier, right? I'm going forward, sway, sway, back, sway, sway, and then I can go forward and I can go back and I can continuously rotate to the left. If I can't do it by myself, then there's no way I could lead somebody else through it, so make sure you take the time and get in the reps on your own. But now you have a plan and something you could actually do once you take hold of her.
Also, if you do want some more information on that basic in particular, we actually have a few free Foxy patterns up for you. I'm gonna put the link right here and in the description box. The dance is called Foxy, so go ahead and check that out. We do it step by step.
Okay, tip number 3 now, that we have this basic we can use. I'm gonna start with my left. She'll be more inclined to start in her right because most people are righties. And I'll start with a sway first, right? So here's again my plan. I start with my left side first, and I'm gonna sway a few times first, right? So now I know that we are on the same page. And now from here, I can start to move forward to my left foot, and we could get into this plan that we have already, right? If we are out to the floor, and we take this dance position, then I can go move to my left first and start this sway. Once we're on the same page, then I can go move into her a little bit, and we're into this Foxy basic now.
It also helps you kind of warm her up. You start swaying, I'm like, great, okay, we're in sync, amazing. And then from there, it's a lot easier to follow, and you'll be more successful together.
Step number 4 now, we're gonna learn how to simply turn her. Very, very easy to do, and you could lead anybody who's never danced before Don't worry about it, it'd be great. So what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna pick up my left hand and she's gonna be able to go start to walk under this hand and come right back to me again, and I can go back into the sway. I have many different options here of how I wanna execute it, but let me give you the very simplest form. We're swaying back and forth. I go and pick up my right hand and she gets to go and walk underneath. I stay exactly where I am until she comes back to me again, and we get to go back again to the swing. It doesn't even matter when you pick up the hand at this point. Like, if the super simple way, wherever I am, I just pick up this hand, she goes to walk underneath, and she has an easy turn, and then you come right back again. So if she's not sure, if I pick up this hand and she kind of stands there for a second, and she's kind of like, what are you waving at somebody? I can go and kind of guide her through very, very lightly and nicely with this right hand to kind of see her go turn. It's very important that you pick up the hand and leave plenty of space in between the hand and the head, instead of, if I keep it too small and I pick it up right over her head and she feels very congested, it is not very comfortable.
Also, very important that at this point you do not have that clasp hold. For sure you need to be here.
When I lead her for this turn as well, I'm already picking up the hand pretty high and light. I've opened up my hand and I really don't turn her at all. She goes and walks underneath herself. My goal is to open the door for her, and then she gets the signal to walk through it. I don't need to stir around or do anything crazy aggressive like that.
So please don't hurt our shoulders, is what I'll ask from the guys. A lot of times dancing or wherever a guy gets excited, that's amazing, and he wants to turn, but maybe lacks the experience. So what happens is they really whip around, and then my shoulder, because I'm usually not prepared, really hurts, and then they usually rip the arm down as well, saying, okay, we're done with the turn. And maybe it looks cool. I don't know. It didn't feel cool. It was uncomfortable, and at the end of the day, you want her to be impressed and feel comfortable and want to dance with you again. So just a small tip there, just be gentle. She's probably more able to walk underneath your arm than you think. And again, this free arm can always give her a little nudge if she does seem to not get the picture.
Very gently.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I want to go and I want to dip her. All right, it's time. This is the big moment.
We love a dip.
And you want to keep it as casual, slow, and easy as possible. So here's what I'm trying to say. If we're just, again, swaying, we're in this hold we already have, what I'm going to do to initiate this dip is I'm going to place her hand over my shoulder. So now my left hand's free and I can put it on her back. So she can already feel something's kind of getting set up. But I do it really, really slowly. So we're swaying here. I go and place it over my shoulder, and then I put the hand on her back. And now the next thing I do is I rotate myself to the left. Like, I'm not gonna go and send her and go, you're gonna go and dip and we're here now, because she might, can you imagine if she hurt herself?
Or if you dropped her, gosh.
This video is for, you've never danced, she's never danced, you've never danced together, how could you make this work, you know? I've never dipped anybody before, she's never been dipped before. The hand's in the back, my hands are on her back. I'm gonna shift to my left side, so she's on her right foot now. I can bend my left knee a little bit, and I rotate a little bit, but I haven't gone anywhere. I didn't send myself down, I didn't throw her down, so my posture is straight up. I'm standing here, I rotate, but I'm still staying as tall as I was before. I'm holding her mostly with my right arm, my hand's all the way around to the middle of her back. I can hold with my left hand again, or even the hand on the head if it's you're very cautious and you don't want her to let the head go backwards, and then I can bring her back up again. Okay, so it's very subtle. You do not have to go crazy low or crazy fast in order to make the dip successful.
She's gonna love it, just the fact, I mean, chances are she's probably not been dipped ever, or if she has, it's probably not been an amazing experience.
Usually it's not.
Yeah.
Because people are not.
Because they don't know how.
They usually go too fast and too aggressively, right?
Yeah.
So one more time, I'm gonna go really, really slow. I put it over my shoulder, I go and I soften my left knee, and I rotate, and we're here. And just the fact that I've shown her in this position, this is plenty. She's already slightly off her weight, she's been dipped. I do not have to go over the back, because you can see how uncomfortable we look. And
he could easily topple over, because now all of her weight is on his left side. He could get himself into trouble pretty quickly, and you're both going down at that point.
Yes, so it's about steadying yourself, rotating a little bit, putting your hands in the correct place, and not overdoing it, going as slow as possible, and just trying to take care of, that's all they want, is to be taken care of. That's all you have to do.
Easy peasy.
Okay, the last tip here, tip number 6, is how to lead. The key is confidence, And with confidence is consistency. So I have to keep moving myself the entire time, and I have to take control of this situation, okay? If I go to hesitate or something and then go make a move, she gets off of this rhythm that I've built as we started to dance. Even if I sway back and forth, I have to sway at a consistent tempo instead of kind of jerking back and forth a little bit, because you can see we get off from each other. I'm very assertive about the steps that I take, meaning that if I decide I want to go forward, I'm going forward. She might hesitate at the beginning because she doesn't know, she can't read your mind where you're going to go. So even if she's a little bit slower and I still move, eventually she's going to move and we're going to get on the same page. If I start to feel a little resistance and I start to move and she doesn't, and then I go back and forth, and now
It's gonna look really awkward.
we're caught in this limbo of like, maybe you, I'm not sure, and then you don't want her to, don't let her sense the lack of confidence.
Well, more likely than not, she's not gonna know this exact step unless she's practiced on her own, but you can assume that she hasn't. So that way, you need to show her the steps, basically teaching it to her without saying it with words.
Right.
Again, that comes with confidence that you know your steps. So we just advise to practice on your own, get comfortable, and then you know no matter what, doesn't matter if she knows it or not, she's gonna pick it up by your body, quite literally.
Once I make a decision, I need to stick to it and keep going, and it's gonna work out, and it's a lot easier than you think. We go much more into depth on leading and following, different patterns you could use, how to hold your partner. We have a full-on how to slow dance course on our website, ballroomfeed.com. You could check it out and learn all these things we talk about, plus a lot more in much more detail, and really take this and run with it and be, take this dancing to a whole nother level.
Gives you a few more tricks up your sleeve there. So for sure, check that out. We'll leave that down in the description box for you. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. And also, if you could leave us a request or feedback on what you want to see next, that'd be so great. We love hearing from you, and it just really helps support our channel and help us grow, which we're, of course, trying to do for us and for you guys.
The key to dancing with a girl is confidence, and you get confidence from being prepared. So keep practicing, keep watching these videos, and good luck out there.